The person has pressed many random buttons. People, what is this? You know, I feel like a school teacher here, and no one is obeying, and everyone's like doing their own thing. You know, this is not Star Trek. Definitely not. Because then you would know what to do, people. Let's play The Sanctuary. Hello and welcome to all the new plays short indie horror games today. Today I am going to play a game by Sjoerd Hekking, one of my favorite developers. He's doing a lot of really amazing interactive fiction games, visual novel kind of style games. And the newest one is sci-fi! Hoorah! I already took a look before and it's really cool. So let's just dive right in because this is gorgeous. This is a browser game. I will link to the game in the liner notes so you can explore it yourself because I'm quite sure that I will not get everything of the story because I think it's quite vast. There are a lot of different alternative routes you can play, a lot of things you can discover. First of all, I love this look. I remember this computer. I didn't have it when I was a child because I was very tiny, but my uncle had it and we always watched him play. I always watched him play games and we all played games together. Like Alley Cat was one of the earliest and most frustrating games I ever played, but also a winter sports game that I really enjoyed, and Monkey Island, like you do as a family. Alright, checking connections. Type help for a list of commands, use arrow down for auto select, use tab for auto completion. Let's get help. Following commands are permitted. Achievement, credits, full screen help, high score, play, settings. Play! Create a save. Yes. In the last few seconds, right before the blast hit, the Cosmodrome mission control screamed T0. What's the console? Oh, okay, so we're back. And now we say play again. And that's... we can continue. So continue. The truth? There was no time for goodbyes, questions, or even tears. The launch. No briefings, coffee, inspections. The G-force pressed you deep into the chair while the atmosphere streamed past the windows. I love the music. It's so cool. Earth? That was days ago. Earth has been shrouded in a blanket of soot ever since. And you? Your mission, to spend the rest of your life on board an unnamed space station hidden from prying eyes while protecting the last sanctuary on Earth's surface, so far below. Did I say I said the sanctuary, but it's called the last sanctuary. Good for you, Hula, messing up the game's name. You are burdened with their moral and ethical questions, their administrative needs, and their infrastructure. That's a lot! Basically anything a space janitor's oath could include. And jokes aside, the vast underground facility houses 1,000 forlorn souls. They should be able to survive for 50 years or until you open the doors. So what? The facility was made to last. Complex mechanisms beat under the surface of the Earth. Some of them in your control. Oh no, I don't wanna. It's too many lives. I'm not capable of that. But you have full system permissions, but you are trapped up here alone, so you can't succumb to favoritism. Your station? You knew that if this mission ever happened, you would be alone. You would be expected to act objectively. Take a sip. Maybe this is your last coffee? The space station is desolate and cold. It doesn't need to be cozy. For most of your time, you will be sleeping. Time? It will be easier to hibernate, knowing that those clever mechanisms will awake you when you are needed. The last sanctuary? It was indeed your last coffee. The one you drank after arriving at the space station. The bitterness lingers in your mouth. You wonder whether it isn't a side effect of the hibernation that lasted for 1 year. You look out the small window, but Earth is not a pretty sight. A scorned sphere with a thick blanket of soot above the continents. You weren't woken for nothing. Data? Wow, 1,007 inhabitants. 19 degree. That looks all nice. That looks good. What's that? Communication system functionality. That's good. Database of knowledge and cultural integrity. Percentage of medication inside the infirmary. Percentage of food. Water filter. Air filter. Temperature. The thickness of the radiation shield. The outside radiation. On average, we are exposed to 2 rads per year. The current amount of inhabitants inside the bunker. Console. Oh, shit. So it's station where I need to go. Continue. Back to station. Okay, and the report? You check the annual statistics report. 1 year passed in the time you were asleep. The population has grown by 7 inhabitants, and the food storage has changed by 0%. That's good, I guess. The outside radiation has been decreased by 436 rads. The following important event has occurred. Cryopods have been reset to ensure maximum functionality. Okay, so back to station. This report makes you laugh a little, but it's rather serious. Apparently some corridors became prone to heavy traffic jams. Many people are stuck for up to 15 minutes before they can move on to either another floor or to another part of the facility. Redesign the paths, don't optimize it. I don't know, is this really important? Will I do something bad? I just do it. You allow some experts to redesign the flooring and paths near the traffic jams. This includes structural changes. Some blueprints were lost, and many things were remade without properly knowing what cable or beam was important or not. No! I did the thing wrong. Let them wait. The workers hit some important systems by accident, for they didn't know what was sensitive. Oh my god! I'm working with just completely, beginners. This caused some damages. 4% damage to the functionality of the food system, 4% damage to the functionality of the comm system. Break the connection. That was horrible. I already did a bad job. You prepare the hibernation pod for another cycle. Soon you will be awake again. There's also the option of opening the blast door if you believe Earth to be habitable once more. Do you think it's time? No, it's not. But I don't want to do this. No. No. The nauseating sequence to wake you up commenced again. Before you know it, you're finding yourself standing again. Only hours have passed through your mind and body. And it would have been evening if the cataclysm on Earth didn't happen. But 3 years have passed, actually. The facility requires your help again. Data. Okay. Oh, yeah. Comms. Oh, yeah, I did that. I did that. What's that? Thickness of the radiation sheet. Okay. Oh! Oh, quite a few died. Sheesh. You check the annual statistics report. 3 years passed in the time you were asleep. The population has grown by minus 21 inhabitants, and the food storage has changed by 2%. The outside radiation has been decreased by 291 rads. That's good. The following important event has occurred. GPS correction for the location of the last sanctuary has been successful. That's good, right? That's good. You try to find out why you were awake, but to your surprise, there's no report, not even a message. It feels as if you have amnesia. Why would the inhabitants wake you up if there's nothing happening? You feel sad. You gaze up at the stars and ponder the meaning of existence. You eventually snap out of it. Snap out of it! And check the integrity of the station before going back to your slumbers. Break the connection. You prepare the hibernation pod for another cycle. Don't open the blast door! Your body is still sore from the sleeping drugs, yet you walk towards the tiny window. Earth is slowly recovering. The suit is settling, and the continents are becoming more green again. Yes! You smile with a lump in your throat. After 1 year, they need you for something again, since the alarm is screaming at you to check it out. Data. Oh man, I'm losing inhabitants. Comms. Oh, we lost again 1% for food. That's not good. Report. You check the annual statistics report. 1 year passed in the time you were asleep. The population has grown by minus 7 inhabitants, and the food storage has changed by minus 1%. Okay. Carbon dioxide has been turned back into oxygen for breathing. That is good. That's nice. No one has access to the temperature settings of the sanctuary, but from time to time a person finds a way into the boiler room. Its control unit is very different from a regular thermostat and is rather complex. The person has pressed many random buttons. People, what is this? You know, I feel like a school teacher here, and no one is obeying, and everyone's like doing their own thing. You know, this is not Star Trek. Definitely not. Because then you would know what to do, people. The person had pressed many random buttons and caused havoc throughout the facility's heating and cooling systems. Reset thermostat. And you know what? Screw that person. Whack him. You reset all machinery linked to the thermostat, and after a few silent minutes, it finally shows signs of life again. The person who caused all the havoc has actually overwritten some settings. Because of this, the temperature is now stuck at 22 degrees Celsius. Yeah, I don't know if that's a good thing, but if I allow the changes, I'm worried that, you know, the whole thing in the facility will change so much that certain things, like an ecosystem is a very sensitive thing. You know, if you change just a small thing, it can really have a ripple effect. Or a butterfly effect, as we know from pop culture and some bad movies. Okay, let's prepare again. Your body is sore again from the sleeping drugs. Earth is slowly recovering. The suit is settling and the continents are becoming more green. You smile, hopeful. After 1 year, they need you for something again, since the alarm is screaming you to check the panels. Did we lose some more? Aw, man. Food. But it's still kind of okay. Oh, and it's back to 20 degrees. That's kind of nice. The following important event has occurred. The entire station has been sanitized. That's good? It's good, right? Okay. Even before the Great War, there were sick individuals, humans who killed for sports of vile self-indulgence. Recently, a few inhabitants have gone missing and reports mention a killer. Jesus fucking Christ. Kids, behave yourself. Don't kill people. On a space station. Or anywhere else, to be quite honest, you know. One working in an obvious pattern. You question whether this could be one of the infamous serial killers of old. Start the buddy system, find the killer. Oh, that's an interesting choice. Because the other choices were all like, leave it or do something about it, you know. But this one, start a buddy system, find the killer. I mean, wouldn't we want to find the killer? I want to find the killer. I'm sorry. A few vigilant inhabitants stalk a nervous one. No! The inhabitant was seen entering a closed room and tried to lock it from the inside. Luckily, the door was swiftly kicked in by one of the vigilant inhabitants, who were met with a scene of horror. Many tied-up inhabitants moaning for help. The killer tried to run, but was struck by one of the vigilantes. The killer fell on a sharp edge and died on the spot. Okay. Oh, I was scared for a while because vigilante is, in my head, that's always a bad thing. That's like someone takes the law into their hands with a gun or a knife or both, and then they hurt mostly innocent people based on their own prejudices. So, you know, but good. I guess that was good. Okay. It never gets old. The moment you wake up yearning for something familiar, yearning for the voice of a human, yet you are alone. You knew that this mission would be lonely. The only comfort you have is the fact that you were awoken again after 5 years. It means the inhabitants are still alive, but faced with something only you can solve. Oh, I think I forgot to close the window. I hope it's not too loud. Oh man, it's just, I mean, a lot were killed off, you know. Oh, but food storage is back. That's good. I mean, maybe because so many died. This looks all pretty nice. I don't know what... Do I need to wait until it's completely down, or can I go to Earth before? Report. Wow. We lost 33 people. But food storage, you know, +3. That's nice. The following important event has occurred. The entire station... Oh yeah, we already had that. So what's up now? What did you do now, kids? A virus broke free among the inhabitants. Ugh. It's highly contagious and requires medicine to be stopped as soon as possible. You're unsure of how this even happened. Everything should have been decontaminated. Yeah, we sanitized the... Let nature do its job? No! Oh my god, no! You use 6% from the medicine stockpile and prevent an outbreak of the pathogen. Break the connection. Honestly, because an outbreak, you will lose so many people and you will also lose hope. You know, I mean, what we're doing right now, with like, not that this relates to anything in real life, but, you know, like in a similar situation, you know, with if countries don't do anything about it and let just people die, it's not a good thing, you know, for everything, mental health, just everything. It's a bad thing to do. Okay, so let's go for another cycle. In the distance you hear laughter, but it quickly turns into the sound of the alarm. Oh, I get that. I often incorporate the alarm sounds into my dreams. You search the cabinets for something of interest, but all you find are food, supplies, clothing, and manuals. All your belongings are still on Earth, if they survive. There was no time to bring anything with you, including your family. Oh. Pooh. Well, they're dead then. Sorry, that sounded like blah blah. Before you enter a negative spiral of thought, you check why you were awoken after 4 years. Did we lose anyone? I don't think we did. Yeah, this was necessary. This was really necessary. Food, I think we're down again, probably because we didn't lose so many inhabitants due to our awesome job that we did with the pandemic. And the report, the following micrometeorites have been deflected during a shower. Ooh. Yeah, we grew by 27 inhabitants, and that's why we have less food. Alright. When you look at the reports, you almost spit out your drink. Good that I just drank, not now. The inhabitants watching the radio spectrum have picked up a signal from somewhere on Earth? Adjust to the frequency. After some tuning, the inhabitants can clearly hear the broadcast. It's an old pre-war broadcast, commanding people to go inside and be with their families. It's in a foreign language, but luckily the creators made a translation program. The broadcast also claims cobalt bombs were launched. You start to question whether this is the reason you were so hastily shot into space. Oh, this is so sad. 2 years have passed and you snap out of a surreal dream. You were dancing with her, Eileen. It was a graduation party. A small tear rolls down your cheek as you stare at the Earth through the window. Probably my daughter? Earth looks cleaner and more vibrant. Daughter or wife? I don't know. Or sister? Who knows? Slowly it's recovering from the disease called humanity. You sigh. Humanity reminds you of your mission and the reason you are awake again. Okay, more inhabitants, less food, obviously. Oh, the temperature rose. That's not good. Looks good though. Looks good. Yeah, more. But again, radiation has decreased. GPS correction for the location of the last sanctuary has been successful. That's good, I guess. The reason the sanctuary is permanently cooled down is because it's deep underground, mostly. The deeper one goes, the hotter it gets, because Earth's core is a molten hot mess. Emergency buttons were pressed because a few walls started melting. A stream of molten rocks flows into the sanctuary. You need to cool it down to stop it from spreading. Wow. Ooh. A stream of molten rocks flows into the sanctuary. I think I should need to use water, but then with air, I don't think... I think you would use water to cool stuff down, right? I hope so. But also, okay, I've been playing 15 minutes now. And I just realized the sanctuary is on Earth, of course. So it's very down below in the core of Earth. And I'm in space. I'm the only one in space. I'm so sorry, Sjoerd. I just got that. It's not you. That was me. Because I think it was heavily implied in the text. That was just me taking some time to get it. I use water. Special water outlets allow the inhabitants to connect a host to the major water system. Like firefighters, they pour the scarce resource on the molten rock river. The water will evaporate into the air, causing it to be lost for a long time. The system reports 10% of the total water reservoir has been used to cool the lava successfully. Yeah, but with air, I figured... I mean... It probably takes longer, right? Water. Air filter. And I think air is a bit more important because with food, etc. I think you can fake water. You know what I mean? Like create water and everything, but air is air. Without oxygen, you die. So your body is starving and you rush toward the cabinets. It feels like you haven't eaten in a day. The hibernation pod supplies fresh water, but food not so much. You don't find the hot pockets you were hoping for, but dehydrated beef and rice. It's okay. As you eat, you move to the monitor since your aid is needed. Okay. Okay. Less food. Water, but still looks fine. But everything's heated up. That's not good. Maybe because of that molten whatever. Reactor core has been successfully depressurized. Okay. Okay. Oh, we lost 7 inhabitants. Okay. But still lost 1 person in food. Okay. The sanctuary was made of pure concrete, being reinforced with thick steel cage-like constructions. But even such a massive building capable of housing hundreds of inhabitants slowly deteriorates as time ticks on. Be it cracks caused by temperature difference or wear and tear, it eventually crumbles. A team has spotted some major cracks in critical areas. Close access to damaged areas or fill the cracks. Ooh. Because it's critical areas, let's fill the cracks. Because just closing them off, if they're critical, that means that if they break, more can be lost. Inhabitants repair the cracks. Firstly, they clean them out to make a suitable area to infuse new concrete to, after which they fill it up. During the first part, some inhabitants chisel too deeply and actually break 11 centimeters from the shielding. The second part didn't cause any problems. I mean, you know, they don't do anything right. They don't do anything, like everything they do. I think the watering of the molten stuff, the lava or whatever, they did that right. But the rest, they're just really, they're not on their best. They're not on their best. Time is passing by. You could have made hundreds of memories in the 3 years that passed. The last sanctuary requests your aid again, for something happened again. Hoping to one day be able to let them out, you head to the monitor. First data. I mean, how much radiation is livable? Is that already livable? Because that's green. That's good, right? That's good. Report. Communication satellite switched to new modules. Okay, we lost 20 inhabitants. Okay. I always say okay, I'm sorry. not very exciting. All inhabitants were selected for specific sets of genes. This doesn't mean a perfect race was founded, but the aim was to prevent inherited diseases as much as possible. A weird glitch has been reported. Many inhabitants can't access food, water, or electronics anymore. Even more astonishing is the fact that they share similar genes. You dive into the permission database and find someone has hacked it and left a note purging humanity of impurity. Those fucking Nazis! God damn it, they're everywhere. Can't even get rid of them in the post-apocalyptic wasteland. You're completely discombobulated and try to undo the sabotage attempt. If you want to do this, you will need to restore the sanctuary to an older version of the database, but this could potentially damage dependent systems. I can't allow it to happen. I can't. I mean, then the Nazis win. You select an older version of the database. To be frank, it's a much older version. This version dates back from the beginning of the sanctuary. This means a lot of reworking must be done, which is time-consuming, but not bad. However, many systems depend on this database. After the restoration succeeds, you see red alert lights. Several systems took damage. 26 damage to the functionality of the air system, 21 damage to the functionality of the food system, 25 damage to the functionality of the medicine system. For fuck's sake. And it's because of the Nazi. You wake up again, but it's difficult to get your body up. While your mind was resting, your body continued to age. Your joints feel sore and your skin feels more like a jacket than a part of your body. 6 years have passed in the blink of an eye, and they need you. Radiation looks nice. This, not so much. But, okay. Did we lose anyone? No, it grew by 41. Okay. Carbon dioxide has been turned back into oxygen. That's nice. And... oh no! A pyromaniac is setting fire to different places inside the facility. What is wrong with people? The inhabitants have cornered the delusional person though, so now you need to decide what to do with them. Detain him. I don't want to... Enraged, the pyromaniac sets fire to the entrance of a corridor with one exit. You thought the facility featured built-in sprinkler systems, but water is an expensive resource, so not every corridor is protected. No! 183 humans died fleeing or trying to detain the delusional soul. Oh my god! I didn't want to kill him. I don't wanna... I'm against the death penalty here. Earth looks like it healed after all. The disease was removed by itself, and nature has been returned as ruler of the flying space rock. It almost brings a tear to your eyes. You know, many decades have passed, but to you it feels more like weeks. 1 year is the time that has passed, or the time it would require to teach your children a new skill. The alarm is still going off, and you decide it isn't fruitful to dwell on hypotheticals, but to instead help those in need. We'll let them out after this. I know there's more, and I kind of want more, but I would feel bad to kill more of them. Micrometeorites, yes. We lost 6 inhabitants. Food storage changed, that's nice. Everyone in the sanctuary is assigned to a job. Some are happier than others with their labor. The job system is not random, and a team of teachers, psychologists, and officials select who gets to work where, assuming an individual was born in the station or has the age to be assigned to something. The group working with heavy objects as steel and concrete complains they are working as many hours as accountants but have to do all the heavy lifting. Give them more breaks! The hard-working individuals are happy with their extra breaks. This happiness caused them to actually work more efficiently. They could repair more systems than anticipated, which caused an extra few things to be restored. Yeah! Socialism! In a way. But yeah. I do think it's time, but I wanna keep going. I will keep going for a few more loops. Your back aches as you stand up, searching for something that you haven't seen in the space station. Every corner, every drawer, and every square centimeter has already been inspected by you. Luckily, you aren't afraid to get bored. You can sleep again, for 5 years, for example. Sometimes you question if this isn't a nightmare, but when you hear the alarm, you know it's not, for the sanctuary requires you. But after this, I will let them out. It's so interesting. I love this. Okay, data. I'm sorry, I know it's probably not that interesting for you, but it's very interesting for me. Wow, 104 data. Okay. Oh, yeah. GPS correction for the location. Okay. After something small happened, they accidentally woke you, but they solved it themselves. It was insignificant, but now that you're awake, they want to thank you for leading them through this period of pain and darkness. This sparks some philosophic thoughts in a few inhabitants about objectiveness and leading, which in terms was entered into the database. This new information caused the database to grow by 9%. Aww. I think it's time. Are you sure it's time already? Besides either dooming humanity or ushering in a new era of prosperity, you will also seal your fate, for an eternal sleep is inevitable. They will not get me down? You open the door, but remember all the 284 unfortunate souls you lost along the way. Some of the eager inhabitants step out and walk into what was once Earth. It's a small typo, it's okay. They expected flowers, trees, and maybe animals. To their surprise, it's a desolate place. Some inhabitants quickly turn on a radiation detector and they conclude that the world is still poison and unsafe. The dose could be fatal within days. You have fought for the survival of humanity, but many souls were lost. This is no severe consequence to rebuild civilization. However, future generations will have a slight hiccup, namely the low diversity of genes. A good program needs to be established in order to keep track of ancestry, and possibly incompatible parents. If done correctly, humanity has a great chance of survival. With more knowledge inside the database, the inhabitants now know the shortcomings of their predecessors. Besides upgrading their civilization to have better tools of communication and more powerful computers, they also create a new way within their culture of how things will be decided. Only the top, showing great wisdom, creativity, and intellect, shall make the important decisions for their fellow inhabitants. This allows for a greater future. Again, the truth? The radiation is poisoning the inhabitants. Luckily, the database contained pieces of crucial information on how to fight this never-sleeping enemy. Humanity has a slow start, but it could survive. Yay! Gorgeous! I think I will, you know what? I will play this again with a few more sections, and then when we're at the point where I was like, let them out, I will not. We continue. Oh. Skip. Oh, the database was made to last for what the designers hoped was a long time, saved on thousands of floppy disks. Due to the high usage of these disks, a few sectors are failing, but the inhabitants still need access to the knowledge to maintain life inside. We store from backup, right? After a long wait, because floppies aren't that fast, you're a short tune play. The backup restoration has been completed with 0 data loss. Yes! You sigh, for nothing of severe consequences happened. Okay. So we're at the beginning. I will skip for you everything. I mean, I will play it, but I will skip what's been done before. But I will show you what's new. Okay. The sanctuary is built on a fissure between tectonic plates. The creators knew this, but they expected nothing to happen. However, the plates have suddenly shifted and a probe inserted deep into the ground has reported increasing seismic activity. Your report shows a 5 on the Richter scale, but it will only get worse. Shut down all systems. A severe earthquake occurred, but luckily all precise systems were shut down. You were scared horrible things would happen when all systems were shut down, but this emergency procedure wasn't actually all that bad. The earthquake turned out to be a 7 on the Richter scale. Break the connection. No! Speaking of earthquakes, my neighbors. I hope they don't take too long. Your body is still sore from the sleeping drugs, yet you walk towards the tiny window. Earth is slowly recovering. The suit is settling and the continents are becoming more green again. You smile with a lump in your throat. After 4 years, they need you for something again, since the alarm is screaming at you. Oh, but it's a lot of radiation. One inhabitant reported a rat, which is a very intriguing but bad thing. The creators theorized insects could survive an atomic blast, but mammals? No way. Yet here you are, woken to an alert about a rat sighting. Because it's only one rat, you could deem it as nothing to worry about. Hunt them. A huge nest has been found, and inhabitants found as well as something even more gruesome. It's something from Miss, namely a rat king! What? What? The beast bites multiple inhabitants before it can be safely euthanized. This cost 8% of medicine to be used as antibiotics. Yeah, but otherwise, we would have had a rat infestation. You feel sad, for all life is sacred, but rats could do more harm than good inside the sanctuary. Break the connection. Holy shit. Not all inhabitants will behave themselves forever. Yeah, we figured that already. We experienced that. They're very naughty. And some negative psychological traits might only present themselves later in life. For this reason, a prison was built inside a highly secured part of the sanctuary. The prisoners range from thieves to murderers. A jailbreak happened and caused 59 centimeters of the radiation shield to come off. Punish the prisoners, re-imprison them. You simply command the prisoners to imprison with no consequences. Some wardens aren't satisfied with the call, since they think it's only fair to punish them. Out of spite, they damage the communication system, which costs 7% of the system's functionality to be lost. That makes you criminals, wardens! Up into the prison! Now you're happy that I don't punish you, right? Pfft. Also, being in prison is a punishment. Like, you're literally locked up. I mean, yes, you're locked up in a, like, smaller version of, you know, the sanctuary, but still. A self-proclaimed hacker claims to have found a way to retrieve compressed data in the database by rewriting some key algorithms. If the hacker succeeds in upgrading the database, it would mean a lot of lost data could be retrieved. God damn it, neighbors. Have the hacker do it. Deny him access. Oh. No. I'm sorry. It would be amazing for the future generations of mankind to have access to more knowledge, but you disallow the attempt. There's simply too much risk in allowing someone to interfere with the delicate systems of the creators. It's perfect the way it is. I mean, key systems? No, sorry. I can't. Okay, we're slowly getting there, but we're still pretty radiated. We got that. Oh no! Oh yeah. So now we kill the pyromaniac. You allowed them to kill the pyromaniac. What does one soul mean in a sea of 957 souls? Their family and friends are heartbroken, but that's your mission. But it's nice that it's not written as, you know, you did a good thing here, but more as it was a really difficult decision. And also, yeah, every criminal leaves people they, you know. That was nice. I mean, it was nice killing the pyromaniac, you know. The writing was really nice. Okay, what do we have here? After complaints of some inhabitants, a cat has been found! Protocol states it should be terminated. Pets are at risk to the facility through allergies, diseases, and even jealousy. Your course is clear. Allow the pet! No, I can't! I kill the rats, but I can't kill the cat. Despite how cute cats are, some people are allergic to them. The ventilation system of the facility is a closed loop with many filters and machines to keep the air clean. However, a few inhabitants nearby require 10% medicine to breathe again, since the system is not perfect. You know, actually that's kind of a flaw in logic, because people are not allergic to cat hair, but to cat saliva, so the hair itself is not the problem, it's the spit. But maybe, yeah, with the air system, maybe the saliva also gets transferred around. But you know what? 10% medicine, it's worth it. It is worth it. I'm sorry I had to make this decision. It was very difficult, but I can't kill the cat. Not in my story, not in my sci-fi story. You know, I'm Ripley, I save the cat. Purge humanity of impurity. I can't allow it to happen. I just, So we're back with a Nazi. So many people will die if I restore the system. But if I allow it to happen, what does that make me, you know? No. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, but I can't. I can't. Oh man, that's not good. 27 degrees, that's not cool. Some inhabitants are fed up with living inside a giant concrete bunker. Well, deal with it. You know, deal with it. Otherwise you will die. They decide they want to leave the sanctuary behind. The risks of letting inhabitants out are huge, for dangerous radiation could leak in and the nomad inhabitants could die outside. Force them to stay. They dislike the fact they are forced to stay, but that's the reason you are the only one in control of the blast doors, to prevent these dangerous situations. Yeah, I mean... Are you serious? There's a radiated wasteland outside. Like, I have the data. You can't just go out. Like, it will... Look, you made a big fuss about cat hair, you know? But think radiation is not a problem? No. Not on my turf. A few inhabitants have spotted Platodia? Cockroaches. The literature dating back to the Hiroshima bombing claims cockroaches have been found alive 300 meters from the detonation point. These little critters have possibly survived the above-ground nuclear warfare. Yeah, sanitize our food and water sources might... Should I kill them? I don't know. Okay. Cockroaches were built to survive anything, including deadly amounts of radiation. So how would pesticides aid you? Some clever inhabitants made glue traps to capture cockroaches by attracting them with food. The reports show that there are no more roaches to be found. Okay. Because with the sanitation, I don't know if that would have affected the water or medicine supply. So I'm super sorry. I don't like that I have to kill so many animals on this game, but... So what's the data here? Okay. It looks okay. Although the prison is highly secured, the sanctuary wasn't meant to house one. It was an add-on built after the structure was completed. Inhabitants who misbehave or commit serious crimes end up here for some time. A jailbreak happened and caused 46... Damn it! Centimeter of the radiation shield to come off. So we punish the prisoners now. The wardens decide to use illegal punishment methods, including dangerous ones. Those methods aren't dangerous to the performer. No, they are to the victim. The wardens accidentally went overboard with the severity of the used punishments and caused... What? No, that's worse! That is worse than my previous one! I thought the previous one was the bad choice. But it wasn't! 66 people! You didn't know this would happen, you feel guilty, but nothing can be done to rewind time. Oh my god, who put those wardens in charge? I thought I'm like the ruler of everything. Let's just fire them, put them in prison. See how they like it. My god, that is horrible. Oh, that is also not good, the thickness. But we're getting there, You question how your family is doing, if they even still exist. Oh, so they're part of the sanctuary, hopefully. A It pains you to think about them, but whatever fate they met, there isn't a wrong one. Who would want to live on a radiation-poisoned planet? The sanctuary's inhabitants were lucky to find themselves safe and sound, but even they need saving. 3 years has passed, and they need you. The inhabitants didn't send a report this time, but rather took matters into their own hands. Something happened that usually should require help, but they wrote a complaint message. You have caused the inhabitants to do morally questionable things, and they think you have not been kind. They tried to cut you off, but they failed. They caused 6% damage to the communication system. This is the bad ending! Because of the punishment and everything? Holy shit. Holy shit! That's part of the decision tree? That's amazing. But also, it pains me. It really does. It really does. It has become a routine, a habit, something that will be done on autopilot. You have only but one task: serve the sanctuary for the greater good. 3 years passed by, but now they have a problem only you can solve. It feels like you have become a deity, but you're still mortal, for your body is slowly deteriorating away. Because in the first run through, they were like, thank you, you're so amazing. And now they're like, you're a monster. Communication is a fragile thing, and the antenna of the facility needs to be realigned with the space station. All the sanctuary needs is a broadcast on all channels from the space station to pinpoint its exact location. Broadcast signal. You can see projectiles heading to the location of the bunker. Whatever you did to reset communication seems to have triggered an automated attack. You can only sit and wait, hoping the damage isn't too severe. After a while, the system reports the shield has shrunk by 24 centimeters to you. But this is okay, I guess. The pod is there to make it feel you have been asleep for a few hours and not perceive the normal flow of time anymore. However, your body wasn't designed to live forever. You're still mortal. Looking in the mirrors, you notice how your skin has deep grooves and your hair is grey. You want to help the inhabitants, but you feel fragile and tired. You decide to take a power nap just to regain some energy and help them afterwards. Little did you know, this power nap would become an eternal sleep. I didn't. Oh my god. I never let them out. Oh my god. Okay, I will end this here. So we got a good ending in the first round. Well, a good-ish ending, like with radiation, etc. still going. But I want a good ending. This is so fun. I will probably do a second episode at some point. So yeah. The Last Sanctuary by Sjoerd Hekking. I love his writing. He did the sleepover rules, which was super fun. The concept there was that you're invited to a sleepover by a weird schoolmate, and then you enter this house full of horrors, and you can't really leave, and you have to kind of obey certain rules to survive the night, and you explore the house step by step, like there's secrets unlocked and rooms unlocked, etc. And it's absolutely amazing and mesmerizing. And I knew when I saw the first versions of this game that this would be equally intriguing, well written, engaging, and absolutely a joy to behold. And it is so great. The writing is so good. I'm really into, like, I'm completely in it. I'm so immersed in this. And the fun thing is, I mean, look at this. The design is gorgeous. I love this. The computer, you know, with the space background. The music is out of this world. It's all in all, it's such a gorgeous game. Wait, we can start this, and I think we can... there were quite a few people involved. Oh wait, I want to help. Credits. There we go. So, cryo chamber, gorgeous. The audio, I love it so much because it's so reminiscent of the 80s sci-fi movies. It really has this weird, you know, the Alien soundtrack before shit hits the fan. It's just like that, very peaceful, but also looming. Not just 80s, I think 70s sci-fi also already had this kind of this weird feeling. And then there were quite a few people involved in testing, proofreading, etc. This is gorgeous. I expected nothing less, but I'm still really surprised how amazing this is and how much into it I am. So again, I will put the link to the game in the liner notes. This is a browser game, so you don't have to download it or anything. And you can also subscribe to Sjoerd on Patreon and get a look into, you know, the whole development, etc. Join the Discord, etc., etc. So I will also put the link to the Patreon there. And last but not least, thank you to the viewers for going on this journey with me. I think I did not the best job. It's fair to admit that, you know, I might not be the best in this role, but I tried my best, you know. That's all I can say. Like, I didn't try to be malevolent. Is that? No, that's weird. I didn't try to be a bad person, you know. I didn't try to harm people. I really wanted to save everyone, but it's a difficult job, okay? But still, thank you for being here. And if you're new to this channel, you know, you're free to subscribe. And I promise you, if you're the janitor and you're just trying to keep the sanctuary going and you make some tough decisions, I will not write a complaint letter to you, because I think I will totally appreciate how difficult this job is. So subscribe. Anyways, I hope you had a good time. I hope you have a wonderful day, and maybe see you soon. Bye!